This is the second video in a series of videos about mystery angles. In this video, we're going to focus on angles that look like this. Now, as you can see, this angle isn't labeled with a measurement, and it doesn't have a square the way a 90-degree angle does. But we can see that it is a perfectly straight line. We call this a straight angle. And just by looking at it, we know that a straight angle is 180 degrees. So from spinning here to here, it's gone 180 degrees around. And we can use that as a clue to solve problems that have a mystery angle. So in our first question here, we can see that we have a straight angle. So we know from this line to this line is a total of 180 degrees. We can see that this portion of the angle is 140 degrees. And then we have this missing or mystery angle of x. So the way we're going to solve for x is to take the total, subtract the part that we know, and we're left with the part that we don't know. So we can say that x is equal to 40 degrees. Let's look at another one. In this angle, we see that we have a straight angle. We see that we have a straight angle that's at a diagonal, but we can tell by looking that it is still a straight angle. So from here to here is still 180 degrees exactly. We have part of that angle is 28 degrees, and then a larger part is missing. It's labeled y. So to find the value of y, we're going to start with what we know. We start with the total, 180 degrees, subtract what we know. We can use our calculator if we would like. And we find that it's 152. So that tells us that angle y is equal to 152 degrees. Okay, let's see if you can try a couple of these on your own. The first question I'm going to have you try is missing angle G. So using the trick we learned about straight angles, see if you can solve for G. You don't have to copy down the angle, just write down your calculations showing how you found the value. When you're finished finding your answer, you can press play and watch my solution. Okay, hopefully you've been able to solve the problem on your own. Let's try it together. We see that this here is a straight angle. This would be 180 degrees. So to find the value of G, we're going to start with the total, subtract what we know. We can use our calculator if that helps us. 115. So that tells us that G is 115 degrees. Let's take a look at another problem. In this problem, you're solving for h. Again, you don't have to copy down the problem. Try it on your own. When you're finished solving it, you can press play and watch my solution. Okay, hopefully you've been able to answer question B. Once again, we have a straight angle. It's on a diagonal, but that's all right. We can still see that it's a straight 180-degree angle. So we're going to start with that total, subtract the part of the angle that we know. Use that calculator if you need to. It's a good strategy. And we're left with the part that we didn't know. That tells us that h is worth 33 degrees. Okay, let's try one that's a little bit trickier. For question C here, we see that our straight angle is split into 3 different sections, but there's still only one missing angle. See if you can solve the missing angle. When you're finished solving it, you can press play again to see my solution. All right, hopefully you were able to solve the problem. We're going to do the same way we did before. So looking at this straight angle, we know that's 180 degrees. We want to subtract the part we know. In this case, we need to add these numbers together to find out how much we know. So we can add 115 plus 42. You can use your calculator if you need to. And I find that's 157. So I'm subtracting what I know from the total. And, okay, it's going to be 23. That tells me that J is worth 23 degrees. Okay, last question. This one's a little tricky, but I know you can do it. In this question, we have no numerical values. See if you can use the clues provided to find the value for k. When you're finished, You can hit play again and see my solution. All right, hopefully you had a chance to find the answer. Let's have a look at it together. I can see I have a straight angle here, and I know that that is worth 180 degrees. So my strategy would be to start with my total and then subtract what I know. But there's no other numbers written on my problem, so I have to look for another clue. The clue I'm looking for is this square in the middle here. That tells me that from this line to this line is 90 degrees. That's the part I know. So I can subtract that. Tells me there's 90 degrees left over. So these two angles are worth 90 degrees together. Now, because they have the same letter variable, that tells me that they're shared equally. So I can use division, divided by 2, to share that 90 degrees. That tells me that k, each of those k's, is worth 45 degrees.